My name is Emma. I'm 32, and I own a boutique graphic design studio focusing on branding for local businesses. I rent a cozy office downtown where my small team works, but my primary workspace is my home. A sleek 2-bedroom condo I purchased 8 months ago. It's my sanctuary, decked out in a modern Scandinavian style, soft whites, wood accents, and uncluttered spaces. After years of saving, this place was my reward, my haven. I have parents in their late 50s and an older sister, Clara, who's married to Mike and has 2 kids, Lily 7 and Max 5. Clara and I have always had a decent relationship, but we're not exactly best friends. Last month, I hosted a housewarming to show off my new place. Friends, colleagues, and family filled the condo with laughter and compliments on my design choices. Clara, Mike, and the kids came, and everything seemed fine. Then out of the blue, Clara called me one morning. "Emma, we're in a bind," she said. "Our apartment's getting major plumbing repairs. We need a place to crash for a few weeks. Can we stay with you?" My stomach tightened. I loved my quiet, orderly space. "What about Mom and Dad's place?" I asked. "Their house is tiny and it's too far from Mike's job. Your condo's perfect, 2 bedrooms, close to everything." "Just 3 weeks, I swear." I hesitated. I'd grown attached to my solitude, my routine, but she was my sister. "Okay, but just the essentials, no clutter." "Absolutely, Emma, you're a lifesaver," she said. 2 days later, a van rolled up to my building. Clara and Mike unloaded what looked like their entire apartment, boxes, bags, toys, you name it. My pristine living room turned into a storage unit. "Clara, I said essentials only," I said, staring at the chaos. "Mom and Dad's garage was full and storage units cost a fortune," she replied. "We'll keep it organized, promise." Spoiler, they didn't. My living room became a maze of stuff. Clara and Mike took my guest room, the kids got my bedroom because it was bigger, and I was relegated to a fold-out couch in my home office. My perfect condo was unrecognizable. The first week was a nightmare. Lily and Max were loud, racing through the house after school, scattering toys everywhere. Clara worked part-time, dropping the kids off in the morning, then vanishing to meet friends or run errands instead of coming home. "Aunt Emma, we're bored," Lily would say while I tried to finish a logo design. "Aunt Emma, I'm starving," Max would chime in. At first, I made them snacks, cheese sticks, apple slices, but it became a daily expectation. I was drained. "You guys can grab some cereal from the kitchen," I finally told them. Clara wasn't thrilled. "Emma, why are my kids eating cereal for lunch?" she snapped one day. "Because I'm working, Clara. This is my office, not a daycare." "Well, what am I supposed to do? I need a break sometimes." "Maybe parent your own kids instead of shopping all day?" I shot back. She stormed off. Things escalated when I had to visit a client's site an hour away. I told Clara I'd be gone all day. The next morning, she panicked. "You're leaving? I have plans to meet Jen for coffee." "Cancel them," I said. "I'm going to work the job that pays for this place you're living in for free." She threw a fit, but I left. When I got home, I found my parents, Diane and Roger, in my living room, the TV blaring at max volume because of their hearing issues. The kids were screaming. Clara was on her phone, and chaos reigned. "Mom, Dad, why are you here?" I asked. "Clara called us to watch the kids since you ditched them," Mom said. "Ditched them? I was at work." "Well, we're here now," Dad said. "Don't worry, I made lasagna." The food was nice, but now my parents were over daily to babysit, turning my condo into a circus. The noise, kids yelling, TV blasting, Clara's endless phone calls was unbearable. I couldn't focus on my designs. The only silver lining was Mom's cooking. One Saturday, I returned from a client meeting to find a full-blown barbecue in my courtyard. At least 20 people, cousins, neighbors, strangers, were using my grill, eating my food, and lounging on my patio set. I was stunned. They'd thrown a party without asking. "Hey, Emma," Dad waved. "Just a little get-together." "Hope that's okay?" I forced a smile. "Looks like you've got everything under control." Inside, I was fuming. After the guests left at 11 p.m., my parents bylaid, leaving me to clean up empty cans, plates, and spilled food. Clara and Mike were already in bed. The next day, my parents showed up again. "We're here to watch the kids while Clara runs errands," Mom said. "About yesterday," I started. "You can't throw parties here without my permission," Dad scoffed. "It was just a barbecue, Emma. You're too uptight." "I'm not uptight. This is my home," Clara chimed in. "You're making a big deal out of nothing." "Oh, and by the way, we gave up our old apartment. The rent was going to skyrocket after the repairs. We're looking for a new place." My jaw dropped. "You gave up your apartment? When were you going to tell me?" "Now," she said casually. "We just need a couple more months." My parents nodded like this was fine. I was done. I called my friend Laura, a realtor. "Laura, send me listings for 2-bedroom apartments near Clara's old place, ASAP." 10 minutes later, I forwarded the listings to Clara. "Here. Start calling." "You're overreacting," she said. "We're family. Family doesn't lie about their plans or turn my home into a free hotel." My parents left, clearly uncomfortable. Clara and Mike sulked in their room. Then the bills came. Electricity jumped from $80 to $250, water from $40 to $90, gas doubled. Groceries. I'd spent $700 last month instead of my usual $150, not counting the barbecue supplies. At dinner, I laid it out. If you're staying past next month, you're paying $900 rent and half the groceries. $900? Clara gasped. We're family. Then find a new place in 2 weeks or I'm changing the locks. They stormed off. My parents showed up the next day, furious. You can't kick Clara out, Mom yelled. She has options, I said. She's choosing to ignore them. You're heartless, Dad said. I'm protecting my space, I replied. A few days later, I had to travel for a client project. When I returned, I heard music from my driveway. Inside, my living room was a party zone, 15 strangers, loud music, spilled drinks. Clara, tipsy, grinned. Lighten up, Emma. This is my house, everyone out now. If you don't like it, leave, Clara slurred. Some guy I didn't know shouted, yeah, get out. The crowd laughed. I grabbed my bag and checked into a hotel. The next morning, I came home to a trashed condo, stains on my couch, burns on my rug. I spent hours packing Clara's stuff neatly into boxes. When she returned with the kids, she saw the suitcases. What are you doing? You told me to leave my own house, I said. You've got 2 weeks. She cried. The kids looked scared, but I held firm. My parents called, screaming. I hung up and ignored their calls. For a week, Clara's family gave me the silent treatment. It was blissfully quiet. The following Tuesday, I returned from another client trip to find the condo empty. Clara, Mike, their stuff gone. No note, no goodbye, no payment for the bills. But my home was mine again. I spent days cleaning, rearranging, restoring my sanctuary. By the weekend, it was perfect. For 2 months, I heard nothing from Clara or my parents. I dove into work, landed major clients, and even considered a bigger office. Then one morning, Mom knocked on my door holding a blueberry pie, my favorite. Emma, we're sorry, she said. We kicked Clara out last week. She and Mike treated our house like a hotel, left the kids with us all day, never helped with anything. Our bills doubled too. I nodded. Sounds familiar. We should have backed you up, she said. They're in a small apartment now. Clara's complaining, but they'll manage. I appreciate that, Mom, but my home is my space. No more uninvited parties or guests. Understood, she said. She hugged me and we talked for hours like old times. Clara was still mad, blaming me for her cramped apartment, but Mom said she'd come around eventually. I ate a slice of that pie, savoring the quiet of my condo. Standing up for myself felt better than the pie tasted, and that's saying something. Over time, my parents and I rebuilt our bond with weekly dinners, no Clara talk allowed. My home, my rules, my peace, finally restored.